Hi guys, welcome back to Church Boy Talks. Merry Christmas, compliments of the season. I hope it's been an amazing, Christmas for you, spending time with family and friends, and just making memories and, having a wonderful time that you would, get to look back at and, just put a smile on your face because of how wonderful these memories are. So, diving into today's episode, this is actually the season finale. So, season two has been an amazing journey, right? Woo. It's been pretty awesome since I believe October. We started season two. This is actually the season finale for season two of Church Boy Talks. Right. So, without further ado, um, we'll talk about what we have in store for you guys today. So there are some behaviors, and some way of thinking or some actions that people tend to carry out that we've labeled a certain way, in society. Personally, I agree with those labels, but it largely depends on the context, right? It's just like fire, for instance. Fire in itself is not really good or bad. It just depends on what you use it for and the context to which it's applied. And some of these behaviors, right, to me, I feel like depends on the context. So just like fire, the behaviors could be good, it could be bad. The attitude displayed could be good, could be bad, depending on the context. And we're just going to look at one of those attitudes or those behaviors that, I believe can be really good, but people have not really looked at it in the context to which it could be used to your advantage, in the context to which it could benefit you. And that behavior is just one word, and it's called stubbornness. Stubbornness. If you grew up in an African home, being stubborn is something you didn't want to be growing up, right? Because it meant you would get whooped a lot. You'd get dealt with, different weapons fashioned against you would just be landing on your body at different time. And no parents wants, or wanted their child to be stubborn. Even society, even your neighbors, nobody wanted to be around a stubborn kid or a stubborn person. It was perceived rightfully as, a bad attribute to possess as a person, to just be stubborn. And my, some people can be. I don't know what to say, man. Some people can be, we call them Ishike. Their head is too strong. There are some kids that, I don't know, sadly, with all the discipline the parents gave them, it never worked. The parents flogged them. There are some scenarios where the parents even said they've given up on the child because the stubbornness was just too much. They just handed the child over to God and like, God, you gave me this child. Please touch this child's mind, transform this child's life. Because really, some people can just be, I don't know, it's just out of the ordinary. So, but have you ever thought of stubbornness in the context where it can be used to your advantage? To a large extent, right, I would say successful people are stubborn people. I would say people that succeed in achieving their goals, people that succeed in life as a whole, have a high level of stubbornness or an appropriate amount of stubbornness when it comes to the right things, right? Because look at it truly, you hardly find somebody that succeeds, like at the first try, like the first time you tried it, the first time you put your feet forward, the first time you made that plan, the first time you set out to achieve that goal, everything just fell into place at once. You hardly find that. And so some people may call it persistence, right? which you could say, yeah, persistence, but I like to look at it from the perspective of persistence and stubbornness. So persistence and stubbornness are linked, but I like to look at stubbornness in the perspective of it's either I succeed or I succeed. Like there's no wrong result. There's no. You understand? Persistence could be like, okay, let me just persist, until I get tired. But stubbornness, I can say, fuels persistence to a large extent. For me, I feel like it's it's the brother of persistence. So you could call it persistence, you could call it stubbornness, because they are basically similar. But I like to use stubbornness for this particular scenario because stubbornness is like your mind is set up like you don't care what people think, you don't care how people view your perspectives or see you when you're trying to achieve that goal, because you're like, I don't send anybody, papa. You understand? So I would say going into 2025, that is something we have to possess. That is a character trait we have to develop. Some of us give up too easily. We give up too easily. We tried the first time and it doesn't work. I'm like, well, it doesn't work, and you drop. Somebody said something. Successful people are people that have failed the most. So they failed so much till eventually they got it right. I don't know, I'm not trying to sound like a motivational speaker, but this is just what it is. And even for me personally, it's something I'm learning, right? There's that place of persistence, there's that place of stubbornness when it comes to achieving your goals, when it comes to advancing in life. So this is a call to you, this is a call to me. There are some doors we've knocked on in the past. There are some opportunities we've tried to get. There are some rooms we've tried entering into. This is a call to be stubborn, to not take no for an answer. This is a call to knock on those doors again. This is a call to push yourself to get into those rooms again, because there are some rooms that they don't invite you in. You have to force yourself in. You have to force yourself into some spaces, really, because if you are waiting for everything to just fall for you, to just come to you sweetly and nicely, you might have to wait for a long time. And that's what's one of the lessons I've learned this year. You don't wait for things to happen. You make things happen. Sometimes one of the proof that you are in the right direction is the resistance you face. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, when you are taking a step in the right direction, you face resistance. And sometimes that resistance is to test your resolve. How badly do you want it? How badly do you want to achieve this? And how much are you willing to fight for what you want? How much are you willing to fight for what you want? So guys, you can see that persistence and stubbornness is not necessarily bad as a whole. It only depends on the context. And in the context of your life, in the context of 2025, you have to be stubborn. No? Life doesn't reward. I know you're calm. I know you're gentle. I know you're an introvert. But you have to display a degree of stubbornness. You have to display a degree of persistence when it comes to looking at achieving what you want to achieve. It might get tough. In fact, it will get tough at some point. So guys, it's not only about having plans. It's not only about setting goals. You have to be stubborn. You have to persist. You have to insist till you achieve what you want to achieve. So guys, in 2025, don't even depend and wait for things to get well in the economy. Be stubborn, persist. There are people that are making money in the economy. There are people that are earning in dollars. You have to persist and say, regardless of the state of the economy, regardless of how Nigeria is, me, I will be rich. Me, I will make 6 figures, I'll make 8 figures, I'll make 10 figures. You create your plans and you persist, you insist. And the good news is that even if everything doesn't fall into place the way you want it to in your mind, you will be in a much more better place than you were. You get? Because sometimes it may take longer than we anticipate, but with your persistence, with your stubbornness, you definitely see the results. You definitely see the difference from where you were and where you are now by the mercies of God. So guys, this marks the end of season 2. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much for sharing the episodes. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for commenting. I am really, really, really grateful to you guys, and I trust God that season 2 has been impactful to you on a positive note. Personally, I get blessed too when I listen to some of the episodes, and that feels strange because I'm the one that records them, but sometimes just listening to the insight shared, I'm really blessed by it as well. And once again, I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you so much for always tuning in. God bless you. Happy New Year in advance. I wish you guys an amazing 2025, and I look forward to seeing you in season 3, God willing. So guys, till 2025, till season 3 of Church Boy Talks, stay safe. Have an amazing new year in advance. Bye guys.